Nature takes back what belongs to her. Let's hope the tunnels of this undertrain aren't flooded too. Wait, I know that smell. Stay here. Where did we find Yarrow's wife?
I'm sorry?
Yarrow's companion. Where did we find her coffin? Please, just do me a favor and answer. Just do it.
In his father's house in the cellar. Why are you asking me this right now?
Then it really is you.
What? Who else would I be?
Good question. Best you take a look for yourself. I'll wait here.
Okay. Serious? Me?
So, any explanations?
Jesper, this must be an illusion.
An illusion? Yes, of course. Created by this bloody temple. Or maybe even the High Ones. Yes, of course, that must be it. They're trying to confuse us. By their wise hermit, they'll do just about anything, won't they? This is just... wrong. This is crazy. Ugh. Well, working with you is definitely an experience, to say the least. We should push on, find that stupid train. I just want to get out of this place as quickly as possible.
Jesper, watch out!
Who'd you learn that from, your grandmother?
Okay.
Bullseye. Seems like the water spared the train. It's beautiful in a way, don't you think? I bet every Arcanist would give his left hand just to get a look at it. And we're about to use it. Only thing left to do now is find out how. Seems to me that we first have to open this gate and reactivate the mechanism that powers this place. I'll take a look around. Try and find something that lets us open the gate. As you wish. Go on inside and take a seat, okay? I'll see if I can get the train running somehow. It can't be too hard. Ta-da! Yes, I'm amazing. I know that. If being a merc doesn't work out in the long run, maybe I'll ask the Order to hire me as an expert on Pyrean railways. But no guarantee this thing won't drive us right into the next abyss. Anyway, I guess even with this thing, it should be a while till we arrive. Let's make ourselves comfortable. Sorry for the drama back there at the house. I guess I just didn't know what to make of the situation.
Neither did I.
I figure all of this is just wrong. But I'm repeating myself. If the High Ones were planning to confuse us, they definitely succeeded. We really should tell the Grand Master about this, and about what happened to Constantine. Still, we can't allow this to get inside our heads too much. What matters right now is the mission. And at least it stays exciting. Two daring adventurers who have gotten themselves into something they don't even remotely understand are plundering ancient ruins in search of treasure. Don't laugh, but this reminds me a little of my past, of my childhood.
How so?
Not the part including mysterious corpses and crazed mages, of course. My sister and I, when we were young, we always used to go exploring the caves near our manor. Father always gave us a good scolding when he got wind of it, but of course that didn't keep us from doing it again.
You have a sister? I didn't know that.
Right, because I never told you. Adila and I are not exactly close these days anyway, probably because we lost our bond somehow, after our father died.
Your father died? Prematurely, I take it.
Yes, he did. Together with my siblings. Actually, Adila and I are the only surviving Delverics. All the others were murdered.
I see. I was beginning to wonder what happened to your family. I mean, I never heard of any other Delverics except for you.
Well, now you know why. In a sad way, a part of me is actually glad everything happened the way it did back then. It made me into a man, and it showed me what kind of characteristics have a tendency to drastically shorten one's life.
Such as?
Stubbornness. My father was a judge in the tribunal, you know. He was a hard man, who at least, after our mother died while giving birth to Adila, lived for only one thing. His principles. Justice knows no compromise. That was his great creed. No matter who stood before him in court, my father treated them all the same. Damien Delveric, the epitome of justice.
Sounds like he had an extreme way of seeing things.
Yes, an extreme attitude for an extreme man. One day, the son of a highly regarded Archer Sublime stood before the 12 judges of the court. Valenzio Duran. He had murdered 2 whores, made them happy, as he called it, and it was obvious that he didn't feel so much as a hint of remorse. You know those kind of people. The ones who think that money and power entitle them to anything they want.
Whew, I can imagine how this is going to end.
Of course you can. 11 of the 12 judges voted for a verdict of not guilty, because they knew Valenzio's father was influential within the Rhalâta. Only my father, of course, remained unshaken. 1 week later, our manor was robbed by 4 masked men who killed everyone. Servants, guards, my 2 older brothers, all of them. Officially, they were bandits, who just happened to be running around with blades made of shadow steel. My sister and I only survived because we had snuck out for one of our expeditions. Ironic, isn't it?
Ironic. But somehow predictable.
Of course. It was the only logical consequence of my father's actions. And what good did it do in the end? None. As we speak, Valenzio's enjoying himself in some brothel, with 2 whores and a bowl of grapes. But you see, there's no point in being angry about this. And do you know why? Because this is just how the world works. There's no divine justice, no system through which it's decided who lives and who dies. There are decisions and there are consequences. That's it. This is also why there's absolutely no point in fighting for ideals, the greater good, or whatever else you want to call it. First of all, because no one will thank you for it, and second, because people are stupid. That's the one universal rule that there is to this world. No matter how much you try to accomplish something, in the end, stupid people will destroy all you've achieved with no more than a snap of their fingers. Fight for the moment, and the moment only. Because unlike everything else, you can be certain of its truth.
You're right. It probably was more about promoting his ideals than real justice.
Absolutely. If he had wanted to see this snob die so badly, there would have been other ways. Poison, an accident, a hired killer, just a hint of common sense, that's all he would have needed. But, of course, none of that would have conformed with his sacred principles. Adila and I were still young when all this happened. A friendly family took us in, and my sister joined the Order of the Apothecary in the Frostcliff Mountains. But since then, we haven't been able to speak to one another. She raised a wall of ice around herself, so to speak, and fled into old family books and memories. But, anyway, enough about me. You're an orphan too, aren't you? How come? You never told me about that.
That's a long story. Where should I start?
You told me that the Creator's temple in Ostian had something to do with it, but what exactly happened? Dreams. Yeah. I've had my share of nightmares too. There was this one that plagued me for years. I'd be in some kind of hall, almost like a temple. Only that there were benches and aisles, like in a courtroom. My father sat on the judge's dais, but he was a corpse, and all the spectators and the jury looked like him. Anyway, there was this grotesque trial scene where he accused me of refusing to do my duty for them, and it always ended with his skin melting off like hot wax. Pretty messed up, I know. Eventually, the dreams stopped, though. Someone helped me with that. But anyway, enough of this gloomy talk for now. We should get some rest. We've still got a long ride ahead of us. I don't say this often, but I like working with you. You're okay. You really are. Good night. Rise and shine, fair lady. We have arrived. How'd you sleep?
How one feels after having discovered one's own corpse. The whole thing in the temple, I just can't get it out of my mind.
Well, for what it's worth, neither can I. Come on, let's take a look outside. Well, I'll be damned. This is Half Moon Isle. I can't believe it. And I guess that camp over there belongs to Terranor Korek. I suggest we split up. That way we'll still have a chance if they catch one of us. Here, this is your plate. I'll try going in from the east. You should go in from the west. And don't get caught, or try to play the hero, alright? Considering that we're up against an entire army, that's a bad idea, even for someone with your abilities.
Where would be a good place to put my plate?
Anywhere inside the camp. But of course an officer's tent, or maybe even Korek's, would be ideal.
Understood. Let's go.
We'll meet again here by sunrise.
And if they refuse?
Then it means war. The gods have befouled the world with their ignorance long enough.
You know, that would mean the deaths of thousands of innocents.
No idolizer is ever innocent. Religions are ideologies, and an ideology is a decision. Subjects who don't rebel against their tyrants are at least as guilty as the tyrants themselves. But let's see what's going to happen. Who knows? Maybe that old fool Aranthial will listen to reason. For once in his life.
Yeah, let's see.
Look at that. The urchin child who just won't stop struggling.
First a dream, Now these animals. Why the puppet play? Afraid of talking to me face to face?
Afraid? You amuse us, you know. How you refuse to give up. How you keep on fighting, even though deep down you know your struggle is futile. But still, you have come a long way. You have ignited the sigil stone, and you have found the beacon. And this, urchin child, this amuses us. Because nothing is more entertaining than a harvest which fights back. It makes things so much more exciting. So here's our offer, prophetess. Ask us whatever is on your mind, and we swear to answer truthfully. Or you can leave. It's up to you.
Let's start with the question of why I should believe for even a second that you're going to tell me the truth.
That's up to you to decide. Come on, urchin. Ask or leave. In the end, you and your people will burn anyway. But sometimes, even the hope for deliverance alone has its merits.
Why me? Why did I become an emissary? Why can I hear the echo?
We know what you want to hear now. That you are special, that you have always been. But this is not true. You have been in the wrong place at the wrong time. And the truth is, you make our task easier. You are weak.
This machine, the beacon, what is it really?
It's just what you think it is. A weapon that allows you to bring an end to all this.
Then shouldn't you be afraid?
Fear, hate, joy. You assume we are thinking in human terms, prophetess. Yet, a true deity is more than a simple human able to throw fireballs, as your late Lightborn were. A true god is a state of being, and its existence alone forms reality according to its will. There were so many before you, and so many have found the weapon. Yet still we exist, and the cleansing is imminent. What does this tell you?
It doesn't change anything. We will stop you.
Lofty words. Hold on to the thought if it gives you strength.
Why are the Neremes here?
They want to destroy the beacon. Amusing, isn't it? They are doing our work for us.
But why? Do they know about the cycle?
Yes, but they are naive. They believe that the cleansing is a good thing, and that we, the High Ones, have come to raise humanity to a higher stage. Evolution. That is what they call it. Just as the lizard became a dragon, and the bird became a man. Their leader, Taranar Korek, thinks he is one of the emissaries, just like you.
He thinks he is? Is he or is he not one of the emissaries?
No, and neither is the old Aranthio. Korek considers himself a savior, chosen to guide humanity to a glorious future, but he does not understand that he is a victim of his own pride. We have never appeared to him like we did to you. You are the only figure of significance in this game, prophetess.
And this is what you want, to raise us to a higher level?
Are you so blind? We are the envoys of determination, the constant of being, before which time itself bows down. The dream of one long dead, which is about to become reality, and that will lead you to your doom.
I don't have any more questions.
Very well. Now shoo. Continue your vain search, and forgive us for the pain. Now!
My lord, she is awake.
Splendid. May I introduce you? To your left there's Samael, my bodyguard, master of Ostian's arena for decades. And to your right, there's Blade Master Almus Ordan, the most gifted sword fighter of Nerim's north and commander of my troops. Furthermore, there's an entire garrison of elite soldiers outside. So, can I trust you to not do anything stupid? I want to talk to you, face to face, as civilized people do.
Oh, I just love civilized people. Especially when they start conversations by knocking someone down, tying him up, and blindfolding him.
Fair point. But you forgot to mention that this particular someone tried to sneak into my camp. I think we are square. By the way, we have captured your friend as well. He's in a tent up in the camp, and we will compare your stories, so you'd better stick to the truth. Samael, take off the blindfold. Well then, I am Taranor of Korek's blood, former ruler of Kabiet, and now representative of the free peoples of Nerim, which you undoubtedly already knew. Who are you?
Zoe.
I see. And who sent you? And why?
Why all the questions? Aren't you just going to kill me anyway?
Actually, no, I won't. Contrary to what you might believe, I am no butcher, and I don't kill for the fun of it. And even though I cannot guarantee you will survive this night, I promise that cooperation will increase your chances drastically. So, who sent you?
The Holy Order. They want to know why you're here.
My lord,
Just as I
think
suspected.
you should
And
see
how
this.
exactly? Of course. We have taken the liberty of stripping you of your belongings. If you'll excuse me for a moment, please. A silver plate. I see. They were sent to spy on us.
Then let's kill them.
No. She was honest, and I am a man of my word. And actually, you have done us a favor. We can use the plates to present Aranthiel with our offer, without putting ourselves in danger.
What? How? What are these plates?
Old artifacts of the Pyreans. Their magic works like a sort of ear conch. Sounds are transferred from one plate to the other. And I strongly suspect that at this very moment, Tealor Aranthiel and Noratzel's traitorous heirs are gathered around the counterpart, waiting for someone to activate this plate. Aren't they? Samael, do you know how to use these plates? Excellent. Then activate it. I will talk to old Aranthiel. Let's hope that he will listen for once in his life. Otherwise, this will end in disaster. Tealor Aranthiel. I know that you are there and that you can hear me, so why don't we just stop playing games? As you wish, Grand Master. You can keep quiet, but you should be aware of who's going to pay for your arrogance.
Haven't you had enough war by now? After 2 decades?
2 decades of war that were necessary because your god suppressed the people. Or would you deny even this?
Is that why you wanted to talk to me, Quarek? To throw around accusations?
No, that's not what I wanted. We are talking because I want to give you a chance. We know that you are fighting the High Ones, and that you're trying to reconstruct the beacon in order to stop them.
Which makes perfect sense, since the cleansing means the end of all life. Don't you agree?
Ah, no, I don't. And if you even remotely understood who the High Ones actually are, and what they represent, you wouldn't either. They are evolution, the ascendance of humanity to a higher level.
What?
Let's just face the facts for a moment. There's no evidence that the cleansing, whatever shape it will take, will be violent. Yes, the Pyreans are gone, but how do we know they've not just simply gone to another place? That they've transformed? The High Ones are not our enemies, Aranthiel. They are the next step of evolution, the envoys of our purpose, that we might become more than the simple-minded creatures we've been during the past millennia. This is what the cleansing actually is. Don't you understand? It's the moment when humanity is relieved of its vices, united, reaching a higher level of existence.
That's absurd.
To you it might sound that way, but I have seen it with my own eyes. Ever since the gods departed, the High Ones have sent me dreams in which I can see the future, and it's glorious. It's not our destiny to stay human, Aranthiel. With their help, we will be gods, true gods, not the idols you have worshipped. It's the truth, whether you accept it or not.
By the... People are dying, Koarek. There's war all over Veen. The dead are rising from their graves, and people are killing each other for no apparent reason. Whatever you have dreamed, does this look like some kind of ascension to you?
I know about the red madness, but has it ever occurred to you that it follows a pattern as well? That it only befalls certain people?
Whom?
People whose thinking is in shackles. People whose minds are not free, and who are superstitious and ignorant. Such as the people in your country, to whom you have denied the truth about their gods.
What? Are you saying that the red madness only affects religious people? People who still believe in the Lightborn?
Yes. Religiosity is a pattern of thought that favors irrationality over reason. Someone who thinks in these patterns is simply not ready for the advancement, and the red madness is simply a way to sieve them out. A natural selection, if you will. That's also why you are not affected by it, Aranthiel, because you know that what you and your order fought so hard to keep up over the years were lies.
This is nonsense. There have been cases of red madness in the Order too, and we have seen what the cleansing will bring us in the dreams and in their chronicles, and it has nothing to do with some kind of ascension. Just listen to yourself, Koarek. You talk like a mad prophet. Is that what you want to be?
Ah, you react just as I expected. Very well then. Will you at least hear our offer?
Speak.
The cleansing has to happen, and we, the free peoples of Nerim, will make sure that it does. We will not allow your backward thinking to keep humanity from advancing, as it has done for centuries. Therefore, if you don't want a war, you will stop rebuilding the beacon, and you will tell your people the truth about their gods, so that then they, too, can ascend when the time has come. You've said it yourself, Aranthiel. This world has had enough war. Spare it yet another one.
I would if I could, but if these are your demands, then no.
Then we will have to force you. This means bloodshed, Aranthiel, and innocents will die, and all because...
This conversation is over.
Bloody fool. Alma, prepare the attack. He asked for it.
Yes, my lord. What will happen to the prisoners?
The spies. Right. We're at war now, and this means you're my enemies. But as I said, I am a man of my word, and so I'll leave your fate to chance. Samael, put her to sleep, and then put her and her friend on a raft. If they survive, so be it. If not, fair enough.